Schmo with the pro, with the future Hall of Famer, the former WEC and UFC Bantamweight champion, the broadcaster, the Dominator, Dominick Cruz. How you doing, man?
Man, after an introduction like that, I gotta wipe off because you got me sweating a little.
Well, you just had a great workout over here at Steel MMA and Fitness here in San Diego, man. You just finished up some good training with Jeremy Stephens.
Yeah, Jeremy's a beast, so it's good to cross-train with him. We just saw an awesome fight with him in PFL. He came out and showed out, put on maybe fight of the year. So to get to train with him and alongside him is a good gift.
And speaking of great fights, if you look at your division, Aljamain Sterling, he just beat Petr Yan. Is there a clear-cut #1 guy who's the most deserving to be challenging him for the Bantamweight strap?
You know, I love that question because does anybody know who deserves what in the sport of mixed martial arts these days? I mean, we just watched Yan lose to Sterling when Sterling lost to Yan. And everybody in the whole world gave Sterling almost no chance, and then he won. So what does that say about anybody deserving anything? Who knows anything anymore? Who deserves what? The way I see it is none of us deserve a thing. You have to work for everything you got.
Well, TJ Dillashaw certainly feels he's deserving of it, and Aljamain Sterling's acknowledged it. And Henry Cejudo, you know well, he's going back in USADA. He thinks he's deserving of it. So of all these names, the Corey Sandhagens, Dominick Cruz, man, if fair is fair, is there one guy you think would be that rightful guy, maybe not most deserving?
I like how you worded that. Look at all these people who believe they deserve something. You'll never hear me ever say I deserve anything. I'm responsible for everything I create. So if I don't get the shot, I don't get the shot. But I'm beating the people I need to beat. I'm on a 2-fight win streak. We're naming people who haven't even been in the USADA testing pool for over a year. So people who have been out of the USADA testing pool, why are they even in the debate for a title? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. So the only people in a debate for a title are the people who have been actively putting their careers on the line. And that's everybody who's been in the division actively. If you haven't been active in the division, get to the back of the line, period.
Fair enough. And speaking of who's active in division, this upcoming weekend, you're on the broadcast. We got Rob Font. We got Chito Vera, man. We got two guys fighting in the top 10. I believe Chito Vera is someone who's called you out before, too.
I mean, who hasn't called me out?
Sugar Sean O'Malley's called you out as well.
I mean, I've had anywhere from the top fighters on the planet to the lowest fighters on the planet calling me out. Everybody calls me out because they know I'm a world title holder. I'm a 2-time UFC Bantamweight champion. I'm the first ever UFC Bantamweight champion. I'm the first and last WEC champion in the 135-pound division.
Let's just call it like it is, the consensus greatest Bantamweight of all time.
I mean, let's call it what it is, but the bottom line is you got to keep competing. Nobody deserves any of these titles. You have to earn them. I've earned those things, and so I got to keep adding to the things that I've done, and I want to compete against the best. Now, the people who are calling me out underneath the division, who's calling them out, and why aren't they listening to the people calling them out that are underneath them? Well, because they want to move up. Same thing I want to do. I want to move up. Give me somebody in the top 5. Give me an Aldo. Give me a Petr Yan. Give me an Aljamain Sterling. You know what? Give me the rematch with Cejudo when he gets his shit together. I don't care. Like, let me be the first person he faces till he gets right back in the division if he wants. I got no beef with him.
Well, when can we expect you to get back there? Have they been offering you any fights?
Well, I mean, like I said, there's people calling me out, but Sean Shelby's got the reins in his hands. Any fighter who says, I want this, I deserve that, I'm going to get this, nobody has any power. Sean Shelby makes the decisions. So don't let any fighter on earth get on Instagram or Twitter and pretend that they're managing their own career, because they're not. Sean Shelby, the UFC brass, makes the decisions on who fights who, and that's it. None of the fighters have that decision, including me.
In a perfect world, when would you like to return inside the octagon?
This year. I'm ready. I mean, I'm training nonstop. I just want to face somebody who's above me in the division, not underneath me on the ladder. I've been fighting for a long time. I don't deserve anything, but moving up the ladder doesn't sound like anything other than logic.
It's fair. Any notable improvements you've seen from DC's commentary since the day you called him out a few months back?
You know, when I called DC out, it's just feedback. You know, sometimes I could have done it a little bit better. I could have done it not on camera. That would have maybe gotten through to DC a little bit more. So I'll go ahead and take responsibility and say that maybe me doing it on camera didn't get through to him at all. Maybe me talking to him behind closed doors might have worked better. So I don't think there's any adjustments that need to be made by DC, because then that would mean that I think I'm doing something right. Bottom line is, just watch film is all I'm saying. Just watch the film and the homework will handle itself, and that's the end of the story. Because when we watch film, it's about watching the athlete. It's not about us.
Of your deep division, is there any young gun that's impressed you so far? Because there's a lot of guys that are coming for the top dog position, something you know all too well.
Well, anybody in the top 10's been, anybody in the top 10 is a world beater. I want everybody in the world to know that if you're in the top 10 of the UFC, you are probably either already a world champion or soon to be. You just got to get the streak going. So anybody in the top 10, keep a lookout for. And anybody in the top 5, those are the cream of the crop, and I'm right there.
Final message for all the Dominator fans out there worldwide.
Final message, I'm coming back this year, and we're winning the title. We are winning the title, if not this year, the next year, but each fight is getting closer to that goal. Thank you guys for following me. Let's go.
He's the pro. I'm the Schmo. Steel MMA and Fitness, San Diego, California. We're out.